That's Mauricio Pochettino there, speaking after that 2-1 loss at Watford. And in terms of him looking uncomfortable, uncharacteristically emotional as well, were you surprised with the level of anger that he showed?
Should be angry. Should be angry. You don't go to Old Trafford the week before and win 3-0 and then you go and play Watford. No disrespect to Watford. If you want to win this league, you have to have consistency and you have to put in... You have to churn out results. You're not gonna have the rub of the green like the Man United game and things like that, when Man United probably could have had a penalty, and you know you got to grind it out. I was fortunate enough. I won the league. It's every week. Every week you got to turn up. If you don't turn up one week, you know, and that's the difference. And that's what scratches my head with Tottenham. It really does my head in sometimes with Tottenham.
Graham Souness said that they lack leadership. What did you make of that comment?
No, I can see where he's coming from, but you're England captain, sir, so you must be a leader. But
is it a different role when you're representing England and you're a little bit more of an icon and a role model? Look, domestically, is it different?
Look, they have got one or two leaders there. Because I covered the game obviously with Sky, and even on the way back home, I was trying to look at Spurs. You know, like, I'm a big fan of Spurs. A lot of their players, Daniel, the manager. As a club, I got a lot of time for them. Do you know, I'm actually looking at it saying, well, OK, they've got 9 points now at the last four games, sorry. OK, very disappointed to lose. Yeah, maybe they haven't started as well, and the manager's clearly saying that. I thought second half against Manchester United, they played well. First half, they just hung in there. They were lucky enough to, to go in 0-0. But what do you expect from this team at this present moment? You had 9 players in a World Cup semi-final. They've had no pre-season. They've gone straight into games. So we're looking at it saying, well, how dare you not be fit? They're not going to be they're not going to be on form at this present moment.
I didn't think it was down to fitness. I don't know if it's the mentality of the team.
I'm looking at it, I'm watching them.
I'm looking at this team. They've got...
Harry Kane's ain't not the same at the moment. Dele Alli's nowhere near it. Eriksen's nowhere near it. You look at Dembele, like, he's tired massively. The back three, these are all players who have had no time off. They've had maybe a week or 2 weeks. They've come straight in. They haven't gone through a period where they've had pre-season games and just had minutes. They've gone straight into training, straight into games.
Yeah, I'm not going down to fit. I just there's something missing. I don't know what it is. They're not winning anything at the moment. They're not winning. This is a good team. I mean, I wouldn't... You know what? My worry, and the manager who scratches his head, he must scratch his head, because he must go home, he must think, I wouldn't swap the goalie. I've got 2 of the best fullbacks in the business. I've got 3 top-draw centre-offs.
We know...
3 top-draw centre-offs.
We know they got that. But these players have to be in top condition to be able to play games.
Yeah, well, that's the problem.
So you're trying to tell me they're in top condition?
I'm not saying they're in top condition, but you've got to get results. No, you can't. See, I think this is where it all gets carried away in football. It's like they'll be listening to this and they'll be going, you know what, we are a bit tired. We are a bit tired. That's rubbish. No, why? What about all the other players that have come back from the World Cup?
Who's doing well then?
Hazard.
Did he start the first game of the season?
No, he didn't play.
Of course he did.
Is that good management?
These boys did.
But why can't Tottenham then?
Yeah, but I think then sometimes Pochettino's asking too much, because they didn't bring any players in, and straight away he's gone, well,
so I expect
you all now to finish like you did last season.
But you've got to worry for them to finish in the top 4. Because they can only... They're going to get to a higher standard and then they're going to fade again.
Look, they'd be fine. They will finish in the top 4. They've done it over the last 3-4 times. Of course they're going to be tired.
I can't buy into
it. I can't.
I think the game... So how many games did you used to play?
Oh, you're talking about a player who was seriously injured quite a lot. So.
Yeah, but you wanted to play and you played, do you know what I mean? I have my hands up with these players. I fair play to them. They come back, Harry Kane come back and he went, I want to play. And they all wanted to play. They did want to play. But no one was saying that they were physically not right against Man United, because they hung in there and then they looked the stronger team in the second half when they went 1-0, 2-0 up. You cannot go 1-0 up against Watford and get beat.
Team?
I'm sorry, you can't.
Who looked the stronger player?
When?
Who was Tottenham's strongest player against Manchester United?
I thought they all... I thought in the end...
Who was the one who got the goals? Lucas Moura.
Where was he? Yeah, where he was sitting at home.
Yeah, there you go. He won in the World Cup.
But he didn't do it on his own, did he? He wasn't sitting there on his own.
The 2 goals weren't too far off it. What about the third one? Well,
Yeah, but Harry Kane gets a weldy. He wasn't tired then when he rose and headed it into the box.
Headed into the box.
Oh, come on, he rose up. I mean, I can't have it. It's always everybody's tired when they lose a game. And you know what? I bet the fitness coach is having a look going, oh, he never run that far and he never run that far. Do you know what I mean? You've got to churn these out. Everybody wanted to play. You want to play every week. I think there's got to be common sense as well there, you know? I think there's got to be common sense as well. They're 1-0 up at Watford. Cannot get beat. Even if you go and draw the game, you've got to stick in there and you've got to go, right, Watford are having a spell now. Let's get together. We'll see this spell out. I didn't see it, and I don't see it sometimes with Tottenham. It's like, it's nice. It's nice. And I won't say I'm a big fan, but I think they're a good team. I think they're a really good team.
So if it's not a fitness thing, is it a mentality thing?
I think so. I think so.
How do they address that?
The problem is they can't. I don't know how they're going to do it because it's just game after game. When you're a successful team, all these players are going away again now to playing. Before they were easy friendlies. Now they're proper football matches. I mean, we're playing Spain, England, and then all of a sudden you come back. You've got a League, Champions League, League Cup, another league game.
I know you think they're tired, Craig, but do you think that there is an element of mentality in there as well? That there's no winners in the squad, or what?
Look, I understand where you're going with that because this team haven't won anything. They were very close in the league on 2 occasions. I thought they were unlucky against Leicester. Leicester didn't have European football at that time. Chelsea the same as well. It's very rare they're not playing in Europe. But at times, look, I think they've done enough over the last 3-4 years to show even this year they're going to be there or thereabouts. This is a very, very good team. Do they need that 1 or 2 players that would strengthen them? Of course, you know, every team out there would like the luxury of being able to buy 1 or 2, but I think only Spurs just need a little bit of tweaking, and as soon as they freshen things up, they'll be fine.
I wouldn't say they're not winners. I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I'm with Craig. I wouldn't go with that. I mean, I thought they were unlucky against Leicester. I thought the fixture list at the end of that season, I thought they were chasing every week. I think if you'd have swapped the fixtures around and they played before Leicester every week, I think there would have been...
They might not have won the league or they might not have won any cups yet, but from the Spurs I used to play against to the Spurs I watch now,
100%.
They're winners.
When we put this out on Twitter and we said, what is it that Spurs are missing at the moment, the majority of responses were a ground.
Yeah, that's
and when you look at what they're doing, for the first 12 games that they play in this Premier League, 8 of those are going to be away. How much is that going to affect them?
It doesn't help, but I know we'll go back onto this, but they haven't started the last 3-4 years well. They haven't.
And what happened?
Look at them. No, but they come on strong at the end because that's when the trophies are.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when the trophies are gained.
But they're falling short. So they're falling short for the start of the season.
But that's what I'm looking at it now. We're like 3 wins out of 4. They haven't done that well at the start of the season over the last 2-3 years, and they will come strong. So I'll be, very disappointed to lose against Watford, but I would be OK now. I'd be fine.
Yeah. I'm only saying this because they're a good team, and I didn't expect them to get beat by Watford. If you look at it, if you want to weigh it up, they're probably going with 1 point behind the favourites to win the Premier League in Man City, and they are a point behind. Because everybody at the start of this season will all be saying, if we finish above Man City, we will be Premier League champions. You'd be shocked if you didn't. You'd be shocked if it's a bit like Liverpool in the 80s. Do you know what I mean? You played and you went finish above Liverpool, you win in the league.
And the thing is, we're only having this conversation about Tottenham because Pochettino said this in his post-match press conference. In his interview, he's the one that's quite worried, and he's trying to remind his players that actually in the previous 3 games, we didn't play that well. We were lucky that we won. We didn't actually play that well. So he warned them about this, not to be complacent, and he feels like they are.
I think he's just looking for a reaction. He knows where they are at this present moment. You know, Pochettino's very, very clever. He knows the condition his players are at, and the intensity his teams play at, they're not going to be anywhere near it at the moment.
This is a tweet that's come in, and again, if you want to get involved, you can tweet us at Sky Sports PL. This is from Craig Murdoch, and he's talking about what we started the conversation on, the fact that he says the first thing Spurs are missing is a fit and in-form Harry Kane. He looked jaded at the World Cup and has continued in the same vein in the Premier League. If Spurs had bought a Giroud, Lacazette, Jesus-level backup striker, do you think Kane would be allowed time out to recover?
I think this is the problem with Tottenham. I really do. And I'm not Harry Kane. He's bringing people in. If I'm the manager and Craig's ripping it up somewhere and I go, right, I want to go and buy him, say he's Lacazette, and I go to their club, I go, I want to buy him 50 million. I go, yeah, definitely, talk to him. I talk to Craig and I go, Craig, I want you to come to Tottenham. You know, I'm prepared to pay 50 million for you. Craig's thing will be, where am I playing? You're not playing. Harry Kane's playing. And when Harry Kane ain't fit, you might get a game, but until then, you ain't playing. Yeah. And that's the major problem with the whole of the Tottenham team.
Even the challenge of because what some managers might say as well, you know, you'd be great for him because you could keep him on his toes, and if you train better, and you'll get your chance. I ain't taking that gamble. Do you know why? Because I don't think Spurs fans would accept it. And I know the English media wouldn't accept it. You can't have your golden boy sitting on the bench. It wouldn't happen. So I know straight away I'm not being held responsible for that because he's England's future. He's the one they're all pinning their hopes on. He's the one who gets goals. This is a battle, and any forward would want to stay away from.
And I think that's the problem with Tottenham. They've got so many good players. They're 1 to 11. That you wouldn't change them. You wouldn't change them, and they haven't got the money. Moving into a massive stadium that's costing so much money. They haven't got the money to go out and buy £50 million backup players or £40 million. They haven't got it.
And Daniel Levy, of all people, as well.
The best result he had was keeping the 3 players that were going to leave. I mean, that was a major coup, keeping them 3, like Rose, Alderweireld and Dembele, in my opinion. You know, the good thing, if you're a Tottenham fan, we're talking about Tottenham because they're a good team. Yeah. And that's the reason. And I didn't see that coming yesterday. And the problem is, when you want to win leagues, you've got to go there and grind it out. You've got to, because these points mount up. They mount up at the end of the season. And every time Mourinho's ever won the league, you have a look at his starts he's had with his teams. They rip it up at the start, and then you go from there.